welcome back to Plus One channel. Today I am going to start Unit 3. Yes, as I told earlier, each unit has different things. So this unit is about challenges of life. I know all are in your adolescent stage, period of imagination, hopes, ambition, etc. After all, you are listening to my class now because at the end you want to face exam and want to score good marks, and later you want to select a good career, right? So, yes, a career should be undoubtedly be success oriented. Nobody chooses a career that will be an utter flop, right? So, this chapter will be very helpful for your practical life too. Are you familiar with the term entrepreneurship? If not, watch one video to know the difference between businessman. You will be familiar with to know the difference between businessman and entrepreneur. Welcome back. Now you got an idea about how an entrepreneur behaves or works. To make more understandable, take your textbook and watch the video and read with me.
Irfan Alam, popularly known as Rickshaw Man from Bihar, for his innovative business model for empowering rickshaw pullers, is an internationally acclaimed social entrepreneur. He was among a select list of people who were invited to attend the Young Entrepreneur Summit at the White House in 2010 and had impressed former American President Barack Obama. President Obama complimented him with the words, "You are doing a tougher job than me." Irfan Alam, an alumnus of Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad, came up with the idea of equipping rickshaws with music, magazine, newspaper, first aid kits, refreshment and advertisement to help rickshaw pullers. Underline it. Irfan Alam established a foundation for rickshaw pullers called Zaman in Patna in 2007. It's very important, underline it. He began with 300 rickshaws and it has today more than 500,000 rickshaws across India registered with his company. After his college studies, he won a famous reality show, Business Bazigar, organized by CTV. The show aimed to find people with innovative business ideas. In spite of winning the prestigious award, Irfan turned down $250,000 investment offer from his organizer because it conflicted with his business ethics. He is also the founder of Zaman Women Association, which provides education, training and employment opportunities for women. It's very important. Underline it. A Three-Wheel Revolution is an interview by Sujata Ramaprasad for the India Currents published on June 24, 2010. This interview had brought keen respect for the underprivileged rickshaw pullers by profiling Irfan Alam, a social entrepreneur, with a message to support the cause of clean air. Now read with me. Congratulations on your achievement. When and how did you conceive this idea? I was 17 years old at that time. I was traveling in a rickshaw. and in the middle of journey I was very thirsty. I asked the rickshaw puller if he had any water. He said that he did not carry water bottles because he did not have money to buy and stock them. It set me thinking, and I immediately realized that there was a market for selling water bottles in rickshaws. Underline it. The very next day, I talked to 5 rickshaw pullers and gave them each 8 bottles of water. I told them that for every bottle they sold, we would make a profit of 2 rupees, which we could split in half. The very first day, I made a profit of 8 rupees. You were very young when you came up with and executed this idea. Yes, I guess entrepreneurship is in my blood. I had an interest in business from a very early age. During the infamous Harshad Mehta stock market scam in 1992, my father and many of his friends lost a lot of money. That is when I started taking interest in the stock market and began researching various companies. Interestingly, using my advice, all of my father's friends recovered their losses and most of them started making profits. This enabled me to start my first portfolio management firm at the age of 13. When my parents found out that I was dabbling in the rickshaw sector as well, they pulled me aside and asked me to stop doing it and concentrate on my studies. So I shelved it, but my interest never waned. I kept reading and researching about this sector all through my college days in Pondicherry, where I pursued my Masters of Foreign Trade degree. Then, what was the spark that revived this idea? In 2006, an Indian TV show called Business Bazigar launched an entrepreneur hunt and solicited ideas for new business. I entered this contest with a business proposal. My idea was to organize the rickshaw sector and make it a profitable venture. According to my proposal, rickshaws were to be redesigned so that the spaces on the vehicles could be sold for the purpose of advertising and brand promotion. Also, I indicated that additional revenues could be made by selling products like water, juice, biscuit, mobile cards, and newspapers to the passengers. I won the show and was offered the seed money of rupees 150 lakhs. Next question by Sujata Ramprasad was Zaman started with this seed money? No, I very soon realized that the entry barrier to this business was very low. The only way to sustain this business was to earn the loyalty of the rickshaw pullers. I wanted to provide insurance, ID cards, uniform to the rickshaw pullers. I want to run this as a not-for-profit organization. To be honest with you, I was not thinking about social entrepreneurship at that point. I just thought that it would be the best way to sustain the business and the easiest way to get banks to give out loans. Since the organizers of the TV show did not agree to this model, I ended up refusing the seed capital. Next question, when did this turn into a true social venture? As I understood more about the lives of the rickshaw pullers and their plight, it turned into a social cause. There are about 10 million rickshaws operating in India. Most of these rickshaw pullers do not own the rickshaws but instead rent them at the rate of 30 to 40 rupees per day. The money they make after paying the rent is barely sufficient to sustain their families. They continue to remain at the bottom of the pyramid. I thought if I could create an organization that could empower the rickshaw pullers and find a way to increase the overall revenue, it would be a win-win situation for both. I firmly believe in Coimbatore Krishna Rao Prahalad's idea that business can be successfully by targeting the bottom of the pyramid. Zaman was finally founded in 2007 with the seed money from family and friends. Underline it. Next question. Can you describe the operation model of Zaman? When a rickshaw puller approaches Zaman, we first go through a verification process. The operator is then given training on basic etiquette and traffic rules. Then we approach the banks and help them get a loan for a new rickshaw. Previously, banks were very reluctant to give loans to this section of the society. Now, since we stand as guarantors, these rickshaw pullers have access to credit. The rickshaw pullers feel truly empowered when they drive their own vehicle. We provide the rickshaw pullers with accidental and health insurance. Each driver is given an ID card and is required to wear a uniform while operating the rickshaw. The rickshaw puller now becomes a part of Zaman family. How does Zaman help increase the revenues of the rickshaw pullers? How does Zaman itself gets its revenue? Irfan says, Zaman rickshaws are designed such that they have plenty of space to display advertisement. Several local and national brands place their advertisement here. The advertisement revenue is split in half between the Zaman and the rickshaw pullers. Also, rickshaw pullers can choose to sell water, fruit juice, cell phone, prepaid cards, etc. In that case, they come to the central rickshaw yard in the morning and load up their ware. At the end of the day, the profit from their sales is split between them and Zaman. The money that rickshaw pullers earn through transporting the passengers is solely theirs. The revenues of our rickshaw pullers have increased 30 to 40%. There are several other benefits on which we cannot put a monetary value. Rickshaw pullers now have a sense of belonging and empowerment. Children of the operators and their spouses attend free evening classes called Zaman Gayan. Zaman has brought dignity and inclusion to those previously considered as menial laborers. In addition, I am very happy to say that Zaman itself is profitable. Last fiscal year, we made a net profit of 8 lakh rupees and revenue of 50 lakh rupees. My mentors have been emphasizing the importance of sustainability. Does Zaman get directly involved in microfinancing? The answer: no, we do not directly microfinance the rickshaw pullers. We just enable the rickshaw pullers to get finance from the banks. Instead of paying rents for decades, the rickshaw pullers only pay the bank loan as installment and eventually become the owners of the rickshaw. Next important question was, are in cycle rickshaws a dying breed? Rickshaws continue to be a popular mode of transportation in most parts of the country. The number of rickshaws in New Delhi has actually increased by 20% in the last 2 to 3 years. The reason for this increase is that it has become the choicest form of transport to carry passengers to and from the metro station. Also, I personally think rickshaws are the vehicles of future. They are environmentally friendly. We have an R&D wing that is working on a solar-powered fiberglass rickshaw. What were your experiences at the Presidential Entrepreneurship Summit? I met some truly great people. I was indeed honored to talk to the Nobel Prize laureate Muhammad Yunus. He invited me to Bangladesh to help set up a similar organization for the rickshaw workers there. Last question: what's your advice to students on entrepreneurship? An entrepreneur is one who identifies an opportunity and puts in conscious effort to make it an enterprise. It's very important. It's a definition for what is entrepreneur. People generally discourage youth from treading this path, but it is time to start thinking about entrepreneurship as a career, as it can be an important tool to tackle unemployment in the country. Underline it. It is important to dream, but it is equally important to take calculated risk to achieve your dream. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. We wish you the very best for your unique journey. Thanks. It is with the blessing of my mentors and well wishers that I carry my journey forward.
about how you can be different in choosing careers. And to be successful entrepreneurs like Kochal Sen, Chitlapalli, Beena Kannan, etc. Now, learn some difficult word meanings from the chapter. Rest you can learn alone. First one, portfolio. Second one, etiquette. Third one, entrepreneur. Fourth one, menial. Fifth one, dying breed. Now, as usual, assignment time. Take your textbook, page number 82. Study the following table and answer it. A variety of career options has been listed. What kind of responsibilities do these jobs demand? And what skills do a person requires to do these jobs? So I wish all to be a good entrepreneur in future. Thank you all for time being. See you all on next class. Bye.